Hey, folks, welcome back for another episode of the People Are People podcast, Life Lessons Learned in Real Time Management Minute. So, you have an employee who is going out for an expected or even unexpected period of time due to perhaps FMLA. They're going to have a medical procedure that is going to take them away from you and their coworkers for more than a period of 1 or 2 weeks. So, what should you be thinking about as the manager in charge of a team in which there are expectations around productivity and meeting some serious timelines? First of all, when you have someone who's going out for an extended period of time, you always want to consider what should happen with their work. Who is going to do the work that they normally would do when they are in the office or whatever setting that you are working in? And from there, you need to gauge what is, or forecast even, what is coming up within the next 3 to 6 weeks to 12 weeks, depending on how long they're going to be out, and have some type of strategy in place so that their exit is seamless for you, your team, and any potential business customers or consumers that they are supporting. So the first thing that you always want to do, obviously, is to make sure that you have the right paperwork in place between them and HR. Next, you want to get a very clear time period as relates to when they're going out and the duration, the minimum duration at which they anticipate being gone. Now, life happens, and it is very possible that they may be back sooner on the job, or they can be out even longer than they originally anticipated. But we don't want this to become a showstopper for the work that you or your team does. So the next thing you're going to want to do is to have that person provide you with an overview, an outline of all the work that they have in queue. You want to know exactly what it is they have recently wrapped up, and you're going to want to know what's coming up in the future that they have an awareness for. You will also want to know what's going well, what's not going well, what are the anticipated risks or constraints of any work that they're doing, so that you all can talk through what the mitigation strategy should be for each of those things. Next, you're going to want to pull any type of reporting that you have available that also captures their workload. You want to get a sense of what a day in the life is like for that employee. Now, in a utopia society here, you know exactly how much work they have going on day to day, but I also want to be realistic in knowing that some managers are extremely busy, and so having an awareness for what employee A is doing on a day-to-day basis may not necessarily be realistic. So you're going to get a copy of a report, if that is something that's feasible, to give you additional insight as it relates to the work that your employee does on a day-to-day basis. Next, you're going to pull your team together and be very transparent with them about what's going on. Now, obviously, this is not going to be the time in which you're divulging any personal information about this individual. That will be up to them to do. But you do want to ensure that your team has an awareness for the fact that this person is going to be out for a period of time, whether that's 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 6 weeks, 2 months, whatever the case may be. And then you're going to have a conversation to let them know that that individual's work will be distributed amongst the team and what their role will be in managing that work. Some individuals may serve as a point of contact for new work coming in. Others may be picking up work or projects that are already in progress. They may either fully execute them through to the end, or maybe they're just there to kind of monitor, what's happening in the day-to-day. Additionally, you're going to want to let that individual's business partners know that they're going to be out. So if there are a core set of individuals that this person works with, sometimes they work with them daily. It may be that they're working with them intermittently. You want to do what you can to ensure that communication goes out to them to let them know that they're going to be gone and who it is that they should work with directly. Finally, you always want to reassure your team that you're going to be monitoring the situation and the workload, and that you will readjust periodically to accommodate any unanticipated shifts in workload that may occur, so that one person is not carrying the load for the team as a whole. So you want to reassure your team that you will be monitoring the situation to determine whether or not the work is equally distributed, and that you may make some adjustments along the way. These are just a few of the basic steps that you can take to ensure that your employees' temporary departure is not necessarily a burden on the team, and this will also help that individual to feel and know that their work is in good hands.